The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
One final question about Donald Trump. You have been very forthright about criticizing Democrats for political correctness and playing the race card on occasion. You've been very, very critical of that.
Or not just Democrats, but anybody who does it.
Well, let me ask you about Donald. Donald Trump was the one that started the birther issue, that demonstrably false charge that Barack Obama wasn't born in America. Now, it's almost impossible to imagine him doing that against a white politician. Does that bother you that he raised that birther issue in seemingly racial tones?
I don't know that it was in racial tones. First of all, let me just put out on the table, I don't believe that that is true, that he was born somewhere else.
Yes, it's been proven he wasn't.
Right. But I can understand why somebody who specifically blocks a lot of his records would cause somebody to become suspicious. I do understand that. So it wasn't...
There was a birth announcement in a Hawaii newspaper.
Yeah, but it wasn't something that just came out of the blue. You know, academic records, things of that nature.
You don't think that was loony, like the 9/11 truthers and all that? I mean, just the kind of Elvis around the corner?
Whether it was or not, here's my point. Why, if you're running for public office, and particularly President of the United States, why would you go through such lengths to hide important parts of your history?
I don't think he really did.
Who did it then? I mean, who hid the academic records?
We'll get off this in a minute, but I've never heard anyone else raise the question. No one says, you know, as John Kerry was born in America, was just...
Well, let me tell you why I bring that particular issue up. You know, having spent many years in academia, when somebody goes from a place like Occidental College to Columbia University, that's a pretty big jump. And it would be informative to find out how that occurred. And when you hide something like that, it makes people suspicious.
Let's move on. I'm not quite sure what was hidden, but let's move on to those issues.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.